From the East Cobb Baseball Complex in Metro Atlanta, it's the 2014 Travel Ball National Championships powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. Today, we will have 4 games here on the website where we will crown a national champion in the 12U classification. Hello again, everybody. I'm Chris Mooneyham, and thanks for joining us here on TravelBallSelect.com. And alongside my broadcast partner, Rob Bruno, we welcome you into 4 games that will be, well, an exhibition of some of the finest young baseball talent in America.
Chris, there's no question. We were back here, 2 or 3 weeks ago, saw some 11-year-old teams that were absolutely unbelievable. Add another year, and we're going to see another jump in talent, in power, in speed. These are 2 outstanding teams going at it right now.
We'll have Team Georgia versus Team Texas in our first ball game of the day. This is a ball game inside of the elimination bracket. Don't like to use the term losers bracket, but it's SP Team Combat out of Houston, Georgia, taking on the Mustangs of Dallas, Texas. The winner advances, and the loser checks out of the hotel and heads home. And a strike to start things.
Unless you're the Team Combat, Team Georgia, then you just drive back to your house.
Well, yeah, that is true, yeah.
They got lucky on that one.
1-1 count. Leading things off, Josh Downs, who will be on the mound for Team Combat of the state of Georgia. He'll be followed by Keaton Anthony and Corey Collins. Swing and a miss, 1-2 count. On the mound for Team Texas, Joshua Stephen. S-T-E-P-H-A-N, but pronounced Stephen.
Joshua's nice and loose with his arm, works quickly. You love that as a defense. And he goes right at it. He's really pounding the zone. This is both groups really outstanding. I saw a couple of kids from this upcoming Team Combat team that were just outstanding yesterday. They've got one of the top pitchers in this whole tournament. He's a left-hander, 77, 78, and we'll talk about him a little later. I believe he's thrown all of his innings, and we'll have to check and take a look. But very special, up to 78 miles an hour. And only 12 years old.
Stephen, an off-speed delivery on first pitch to Keaton Anthony, the right fielder for Team Georgia.
He's still just pounding that zone, though, every pitch.
Right-hander, 5'2", 115. 1-1 count now. Born November 1st, 2001.
It's my brother's birthday. How about that?
2001?
Well, I say birth date, but he might have him by 40 years, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, he does have him by 40 years.
Right-hander looks in. Right-hander waits at the plate. And the delivery chopped down to third and past the diving third baseman and into left field for a base hit. Well, ticked off the glove of the third baseman. I'd say we'd score that a solid single.
That's
just
a base
same.
hit, absolutely.
Yeah.
Since Brooks Robinson is retired. That's a base hit.
It's Sumler behind the plate. Kate Sumler receiving the pitches from Josh Stephen. And from first to third, we'll have Nick Bombaugh at first, Garrett Williams at second, Campbell Sullivan, the shortstop, and at third, Joshua McCall. Left to right, Riley Edwards, center field, Caden Trinkle, and then in right, Nicholas Patrick.
That's a darn good outfield right there. They can go chase it down.
Fastball taken high and away by Corey Collins, the SP Team Combat catcher today.
Corey's a big, strong guy and swings from the left side. He's got a nice setup, swung the bat well this whole tournament. And that's why he's hitting third.
Outside corner.
Again, Stevens just really working quickly, pounding the zone. This is what you want.
Chance at a double play. Chopper at second. They'll get the force and no turn.
Collins runs well for a big kid.
Yep.
He got down the line very well.
Williams fielded it well, went the short route, and a good decision, I think, by Sullivan to hold on to it at short. The force play. 4-6. And now Hudson Sapp, the SP Team Combat team from Georgia, the left fielder.
Another left-handed hitter. So Collins must be pitching today, by the way. They just took. Oh no, excuse me. He is
Downs.
catching. He is catching, and that's right. And so the rule there is you can have a courtesy runner for the pitcher and the catcher. 2 reasons: it speeds the game up, and number 2 gives them a little bit of a break before they get out there. And we're gonna have some stifling heat today, Chris.
Yeah, we were talking about it before, weren't we? Yeah. 96, 97 here in the metro Atlanta area. Heat index always a factor here in the deep south, especially in the capital of the South. We're looking at probably 103, 104 today on the field, and, well, right here behind home plate where we're at, even in the shade.
It's going to be cooking. This will be a water/Powerade, Gatorade day.
Yeah.
Get them and get them early. Nice pitch on the outside corner there.
Yeah, thank God we've got such a great producer-director, and Amy Walker, who has supplied us with a cooler full of water and Gatorade.
Water and bread today. That's all we need.
Yep.
I've got some walnuts. Got some turkey working later.
I was about to say, did you bring your pack of turkey meat?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Have cooler will travel.
Runners breaking. Strike on the outside corner. Good throw down to second, but not quite in time, and that actually was called strike 3. We're working without the board today, by the way. We've got a little bit of technical difficulties on the scoreboard here at the stadium. They are working it out as we speak. 2 fields going. Of course, they're crowning the champions in the 10U today as well. So we're going to have some conflicting scoreboards and counts. You'll have to be patient with us, if you will. Let's keep it here and not take a break as we get ready to set things up for the bottom half of the first. And now the Mustangs from Dallas, Texas are coming to the plate, where Caden Trinkle will lead things off, followed by Josh Stephen, the pitcher. Riley Edwards will hit third, followed by Nick Bombaugh, and then Cade Sumler, the catcher, hits fifth. It's Nicholas Patrick, the right fielder, next, followed by Campbell Sullivan, the shortstop. The 8th place man is Garrett Williams, the second baseman, and then rounding out the order, the third baseman, Josh McCall.
Chris, the 2 guys that have really been hot, Trinkle and Edwards. Trinkle is just on a roll. I think he was 5 for 7 yesterday. First at bat in the game that I watched, and I actually videoed both those kids yesterday. He took one out, Oppo. Edwards hits one off the wall. They've just been absolutely hot. This is a lineup that goes about 1 through 6, 1 through 7, really strong. But those are the 2 guys that are just really getting it going right now.
Now face Josh Downs on the mound. The numbers on Downs, let me mill through my notes here.
And again, it's going to be really important today. How many innings these guys have thrown in this tournament, right, Chris?
That's exactly where I was going. You read my mind. 3 innings so far for Downs.
So he's
in the championship. That's counting pool play and bracketed play, by the way.
Right.
These teams, of course, remember, play 4 games inside of their pools on Wednesday, Thursday, and then, of course, got into bracketed play and 11 innings.
Right.
I think you mentioned it.
11
right.
full innings.
Right.
6 in a day.
Right.
6 in a day, and so it's a marathon. It really is, and it's an endurance test. Who can last this long? Coach Herb has done a great job with Signature Park, the Team Georgia group. This is the second tournament I've covered with him, and he just does an outstanding job. This Dallas Mustang team is a very storied program. For 25 years, they've been extremely successful throughout the country. Connie Mack, everything else. Coach Sam Carpenter is the founder of the program, and very storied coach. Watch this young man hit. He might be the best hitter in the tournament.
This Mustangs team being led by Craig Sumler, Sam Stephen, and Steve Bombaugh. Meanwhile, Team Combat, little number out in front. Downs with a chance on the first pitch of the ball game, and he's retired, the leadoff man. Big out to start things.
That's a big out because he's hit 3 home runs already, a bunch of doubles, and a lot of times they've just been walking him. They walked him intentionally with the bases loaded the other day.
Really?
He's that much of a threat.
I was not here for that. Wow, I did not know that.
And I've been going to almost every game up here. Do a little scouting out here.
Right.
Love to see these guys play. There's some great players.
Here's Josh Stephen, the man on the mound for the boys in blue today, and he takes ball 1 high. Real quick, head coaches for SP Team Combat out of the state of Georgia, Herb Schuler,
yes.
Mike Anthony, Bobby Freeland, and Brad Green.
They do an excellent job. Herb's just a great man, great baseball guy. Again, it's the second time I've seen Herb in a tournament here, and love the way these kids play.
Curveball stays high.
Josh is working very quickly too, and I like that. Both pitchers getting their target and going. Keeps everybody on their toes. Pounding that zone. Great to see.
Pop. Shallow right center. Coming on, the center fielder makes the call and the catch. No problem for Zach Green in center field for Team Georgia.
I believe it was Corey Collins, by the way, that was the guy that was up to about 77, 78, and he threw yesterday. How many innings does Corey have?
4 2/3.
Okay.
4 2/3. So still.
Well, no, he's got plenty more than that. He's interesting. We'll have to take a look at that.
That's how many he's thrown.
Yesterday. Right. So he's got 2 1/3 left. Is that correct?
I took the numbers. No, the numbers that they posted online were the numbers that they had
Totals.
during each day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's why I've got the slash lines.
Very good.
Unless there was a mistake online. I between the two of you, I know you've been here watching everybody.
Right.
So we'll find out one way or another, won't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was very impressive, though. I've seen him throw twice. He's a special prospect. Here's Riley Edwards, and really like this kid. Very athletic, tall.
And he smokes one to left and deep. The Mustang left fielder has given his team a 1-0 lead with a solo home run in the bottom half of the first inning into the trees in left.
That was a no-doubter. Again, Riley and Caden they've been doing that all week. So not a big surprise there. Also a heck of a pitcher. This big boy, Bomba, he hasn't got as hot as he's been throughout the summertime, but talking to Coach, he can really swing it too. He can leave the park at any moment. Big, strong kid. And the Mustangs, by the way, they like to wear their blue on championship days, or they'll wear they'll a lot of times wear their camo also. They've got just as a salute to the armed forces as well. So they're big with that. We love that kind of thing. And then Signature Park is doing that today.
Bomba with a good eye there. Takes one close.
Yeah, I would have swung. And missed.
You and me both.
I would have swung and missed.
You and me both. That one in the dirt.
Yeah.
Got the scoreboard working, by the way, Rob.
Outstanding.
We got a little bit of help here.
There you go.
2-1 count. 2 men gone. Bottom half of the first. The Mustangs of Texas out in front 1-0.
Yeah, Josh just got that one ball up to Riley, and if you do that, he'll make you pay. There's
ground
one
ball.
Off the wall.
Catches the bag.
Yep.
And ball will reach.
I think the big fella's happy just pulling up, getting a single. Bomba is not what you would say would be a stealing threat. The big right-hander, and he will. He's one of their main cogs in pitching as well.
And now Sumler. Cade makes his way to the plate.
Yeah. Good-looking stirrups, by the way. Now he's got the white on the left and the blue on the right underneath.
Little guy, 5 foot, 100 pounds. Right-hander whose favorite player is Mike Trout. Joined the club.
Well, why not?
1, 2, 3 guys on the roster, a team from Dallas, whose favorite player is Mike Trout.
And I don't blame them.
Absolutely.
Best player in the game. I don't think it's close at this point.
All around.
No doubt about
player,
it.
yeah,
There's no question. Yeah. And you've got 1 or 2 guys on the team combat also.
And he's breaking. Bomba down to second, and he'll make it standing. 2-0 pitch gets away from the man minding the backstop. So Sumler now with an RBI opportunity.
And taking all the way there. And you might see that again. I'm not a big fan of fake bunts for takes. I'd rather get on top, get in front of the box, and take that way. And he's taking strike. We've got 3 balls, 1 strike.
wait to see how that played out. A lot of confusion there on the field as to the ball and strike count. 3-1.
Only by the guy that counted.
Right.
And if he's confused, by golly, we have to get that fixed.
Downs kicks and fires. Outside corner for a strike. Throw down to second. And they nearly got him. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, a very intuitive play by Alex Freeland there to take the throw from his backstop make, to take the throw from Collins. And without wheeling around, he literally took the catch and all in one smooth motion, trying to tag on the backhand.
Freeland's quite an athlete. I really like him. I've seen him play a bunch. And he can really play. He mans that shortstop position.
2 hits, 1 run. Riley Edwards, the solo home run with 2 men out in the bottom half of the first. The Mustangs from Dallas, Texas with a 1-0 lead on TravelBallSelect.com.
Years before he was Sports Illustrated's chosen one, TravelBallSelect.com had already chosen 11-year-old Bryce Harper as an All-American. Go to the source for travel baseball national rankings and All-America teams, TravelBallSelect.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years, I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret. This is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to TravelBallSecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to TravelBallSecrets.com.
Back for the top half of the second inning, and a strike to start things. It's going to be Alex Freeland, Zach Green, and Josh Schuler. 5, 6, and 7 in the visitors' half of the second. A brand new situation now for Josh Stephen of Team Texas on the mound. He now sits on a 1-0 lead.
Alex is the kid that kind of makes this team go. He's hitting 5 in the lineup. I think he's been struggling just a little bit. He's usually 1, 2, 3 in that lineup. Really a table setter. Wouldn't surprise me in this big game situation that he gets it rolling.
Shot into center field and pretty deep. Putting the center fielder on his heels, but making a nice running catch for out #1.
That's Caden Trinkle out there. Caden's the kid that really can swing it. He's a very good pitcher, by the way. One of the better pitchers here. I project him down the line being a special hitter. I think at that next level, he's going to be a hitter. Right now, he's one of the best pitchers here.
Stevens first offering to Zach Green, a fastball that's high.
Still pounding that zone, though. He's not missing by much.
Four games today here on Field 4, pardon me. We are down to the final 4 in the 12U classification, 3-0 count.
Chris, I don't know how that missed him.
The Big 4, depending on who you talk to, being represented in this final 4, Georgia, Florida, Texas, and California. Quite fitting in the eyes of many. Fastball, the old automatic, 3-1 count.
Honestly, I don't think there's any doubt. Those are the top 4 high schools that produce baseball players in this country.
in a myriad of sports, by the way, not just in baseball. But
there's no question.
Line. This
Right
one headed down the
line.
left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Will he have a chance to get to second? He's digging, but wisely will stop at first. A one-out single.
You've got a mid-70s arm in left field and Riley Edwards who can really track the ball down as well.
And now Schuler. Josh, the Team Georgia first baseman, big kid, and I mean a big kid for his age.
I like him. He's going to be a good one. He's just figuring this game out right now, but he's got a nice swing. Watch him hit extensively in batting practice, and he's going to have a chance to be good.
He takes ball one high. 5'10", 140.
Yeah, he's just going to
about
fill
that?
out. You look at his dad and you say, all right, that's how he's going to look. He's going to be a big power guy from the left.
Yep.
Those guys don't come on trees.
Runner's breaking. Throw down to second, and he got it.
Runner tried to get a little bit of an edge, got caught, and the Mustang team held their composure nicely, stepped off nicely, made a nice throw, nice tag, 1 out. And actually 2 outs. Is that 1 or 2?
2,
We
yes.
got 2, that's correct.
Fly out by Freeland to start things.
That's right.
Yep.
So when Trinkle ran down very nicely, 2 good ball players, 1 hitting it and 1 catching it.
Could be very important with a guy like Schuler's power at the plate.
Right.
Strike outside corner.
If he gets his arms extended, that ball's going to go. Gosh, I saw him 2 or 3 months ago, and he's gained probably 2 pounds, but he's also grown 2 inches. Really gotten tall.
Well, Stevens really got a live fastball.
He-
He really does. You said that earlier.
Yeah, the ball comes out of his hand nicely. His arm just really works. That's
Got a
good
piece, but right into the glove of the catcher, 3-2.
He's deceiving in the respect that he's nice and smooth, but the ball just explodes out of his hand.
Righty kicks and fires, and it's fouled away. Boy, good job there by Schuler to pull the hands in.
Yeah, Josh is a guy that likes to get extended, and you go middle in, he can get extended. He's going to hit that thing. He has a little tougher time away. And that was the pitch there, but he did a nice job with that, fighting that off.
Got a pretty good quick bat, but he was late.
He's got a very quick bat, and that just tells me that he's not getting started in time, not getting his foot down in time. A lot of people say, get your foot down early. I disagree. Get your foot down on time, because once it's down, you need to go. That's go time. Nice holding up. That's a good at-bat right there. That's a good at-bat. He's been one of my favorites since watching during the springtime.
He draws a 2-out walk to keep the train moving, and now Hunter Marsh, the Team Georgia third baseman, to the plate.
Another pretty good, strong kid. This Team Georgia's got some pretty good-sized boys.
5'6", 145.
Yeah.
Curveball sweeps outside, ball 1.
Yeah, you look at his shoulders, everything else. I'll bet she's a football player. Of course, we've talked about this before. There are 2 sports down here. There's football and spring football, and then you got some baseball after that.
Or summer football.
That's right.
I just spent the last few weeks calling
7-on-7s.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. When I
Boy.
wasn't here, that's what I was doing. Yeah.
That's just taken off throughout the country. We play a little bit of football in California. I don't know if you've heard about
I
that.
have. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Great story, too, this upcoming month. Could be a great story about De La Salle High School.
Oh yeah.
And the movie's coming out when the
Right.
game stands tall. I've probably watched 5 or 6 games literally for the last 20 years. De La Salle, quite a storied program, but the movie's going to be outstanding.
What happens to a storied program when you go years and years without losing, and then you finally do, and people do not know how to accept it?
Well, they actually handled it pretty well. Coach Ladouceur is a special guy. He's a teacher first and foremost and a coach second. And all he really wants to do is have his guys challenged and accept the challenge and keep getting better as people on and off the field. It's a real brotherhood program. Very interesting. I know you'll enjoy the movie.
Absolutely. 2-1 count.
They've had a little bit of tragedy with some of their guys. One was shot and killed days before going up to University of Oregon, Terrence Kelly, and I'll never forget it. out of a horrible, tough area in Richmond, California, right next to Oakland. Just a tough area and really, really an unfortunate thing. And, you know, his dreams were coming true. He got out of the poverty, and unfortunately it got caught up right before he left. Great kid. There's a pass ball.
It looks like Steven over last, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 batters here. Gone a little wild with his control.
Yeah. Sometimes when guys get in the stretch, and this is the first time he's been in a stretch, sometimes they rush a little bit and they change. And they really shouldn't give in to the runners as much as they do. I think the hitter still needs to be that priority. Get a good lift, get some good balance and timing, and go ahead and let that arm catch up. And sometimes they rush.
You and I talked about this extensively when we were here, 2 weeks ago, I guess it was?
Right.
2 weeks ago for the 11U National Championship. We saw a discernible difference between the young men that were at times very dominant, then just happened to let a guy get a board for whatever reason.
Right.
It's going to happen. A lot of talented hitters out here. But the complexion and the demeanor of the young men who have been dominant up until that point completely changes once someone gets on base and has to go out of the stretch.
Right.
See if Steven can settle down and get the last man in the order, Jack Costel, pardon me. Off the inside corner.
Yeah, James has had a pretty good little run this week too. Again, they're here for a reason. These guys have been very successful. And they've gotten great contributions up and down the lineup.
Steven back in the at-bat at 1-1.
Tried to pull that ball a little bit away, and you want to try and stay inside that ball and hit that ball to right center there. Oh, by the way, even pro guys do the same thing. Yeah, he did a nice job with that
center
one.
Field, falling base hit. Schuler rounding third and coming to the plate, digging hard. No relay throw. Throw instead goes down to second and gets away. And we're tied at 1 now in this elimination ball game.
Chris, what a difference a pitch makes. That pitch there, he stayed inside the ball, let it get a little bit deeper, and drove that ball to right center. Just what we talked about the pitch before, what he could have done instead of trying to get around it. Great example of a nice adjustment. They're at the top of their order here now, aren't they?
Indeed, with
Josh Downs. Josh is a neat table setter. Really like him. Just a good kid. Good ball player besides just being a good pitcher. He does a nice job.
Well, he stands at the plate now 0 for 1, but with 2 men on, 1 in scoring position. And he fouls it down the right side and out of play.
Again, a little bit late. A lot of the guys start their load a little bit too early, I think. Or a little bit too late, excuse me. And if they get it back a little bit earlier, get the foot down on time, they're not going to have that challenge. It's not a bat speed issue.
Bunts.
Yeah.
Foul. Well,
that's an interesting call. The only thing I'm thinking about is he's putting the ball down. The runners were going. The big fella out at second base, my guess is that he's going to keep going all the way around if they do get that bunt down successfully. Usually with 2 outs, man on second, I don't like to bunt because it still takes another hit to get that guy in.
Sure.
And so I'm not a big fan of bunts. But if they have a bunt and run and they're bringing him all the way around, that's a different deal.
Right-hander kicks and fires. Josh's pitch is squared down the right side and headed out of play yet again. Stays 0-2.
I think Coach Herb was sending that runner, and I think he was going to send him all the way around. The previous one.
A dream scenario, we'll mention it numerous times throughout this ball game. Each of the top 4 seeds coming into bracketed play, well, that's the 4 teams that remain as of right now. 2 teams at 4-0 and 2 teams at 2-1-1, and we'll stay at 0-2.
We've got South Central, a southeastern team, Florida.
State of Florida.
Right. As the group goes, a Georgia-Florida line. They're right there. They're right up at the top. And then the San Diego Show, really one of the storied programs in the country. Good program there, and they've done a great job throughout the years. They've developed some outstanding kids. Alex Jackson went very high in the draft this year, and then the first pick of the draft. And I apologize because I know the young man. He actually played with me in a couple tournaments. The big lefty Brady Aiken, first pick of the draft, who didn't sign, which. We can get into a little bit later. I've got a little bit of insight on that one, talking to some some people on the inside. We'll talk about that a little later too.
0-2 to Downs. Stays high.
Of course, it'll have to be off the record, and I won't be able to mention names.
Seeds 1, 2, 3, and 4 coming into bracketed play have advanced. Of course, again, this is an elimination ball game. Winner advances, loser goes home. Coming up at noon, we'll have the winners bracket championship ball game between the aforementioned Southern California team and Team Florida. Winner advances to the championship. Loser falls down into the losers bracket and takes on the winner of this one. Great battle here by Downs.
Yeah, he's battling.
Solo home run, bottom half of the first inning for Team Texas to claim the first lead of the ball game. And now here in the top half of the second, an RBI single by Costal to tie us up.
Chris, I'm a little surprised he's not going from the windup at this point.
2 strikes and 2 out. Ground ball right back to him. Takes his time, fires to first, inning over. But that aforementioned RBI single by Jack Costal, the ninth place man in the batting order, ties us at 1 in this elimination ball game in the 2014 12U National Championships for Travel Ball on TravelBallSelect.com.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com. Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
0-1 count to start things to Nicholas Patrick, the right fielder for the team from Dallas, Texas, the Mustangs. Could be 6, 7, 8 in the inning. And Josh McCall if we get down to the 9th place man. Josh Downs now on the mound as his teammates from Georgia have tied the ball game up. So Georgia and Texas knotted at 1 into the bottom half of the second. Little pop up. Third base side and out of play. Be Nick Patrick, Campbell Sullivan, and Garrett Williams, the guaranteed 3 here in the second. And the 1-2. And the dirt count even. Travel Ball Select and Nations Baseball are proud to announce the 2015 Travel Ball National Championship will return to the prestigious East Cobb Baseball Complex in Atlanta for, well, all ages. Except for 8U and 13U, but we'll get to that in a moment. Right up the middle and headed into center field for a base hit, a leadoff hit for Nicholas Patrick. The championships will return to the East Cobb Baseball Complex for 9U, 11U, 10, 12, 13, and 14, the 13-year-olds that play 60-90 baseball. The 8U and 13U 54 and 80 split. Travel Ball National Championship will return to Baseball USA in Texas in 2015. Dates and all qualifying events will be posted on travelball.com on August 22nd. For more info, you can email Travel Ball Select at info@travelballselect.com. And now Campbell Sullivan. So the state of, or the month of August, August 22nd, a big day for travel ball fans and participants all across the country. And some of those locations have been announced, by the way. I'll give you more info on that as we move.
Chris,
through this
there was one that piqued my interest. I believe they might be going to Las Vegas.
Curveball that stays off the corner. Sullivan in control of the at-bat.
I've heard that's
Let's see.
a new destination spot somewhere in Nevada, I believe.
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
3-1 count. Oh, no, wait a minute. Strike just on the outside corner. Boy, that couldn't have been placed any better.
That was one of those 7-second radio delay calls, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That you're more familiar with than I am.
Man in blue took his time
Well,
with the spot of that one.
I think a good umpire, though, just hesitates a half second, sees where the ball is, and gets the call right instead of anticipating. And I like that.
Yep, get it right. Fly ball to left and deep. Beaten on the track and making the catches, the left fielder for the first out of the inning. No trouble with that one for Hudson Sapp. Yeah, Miami, Louisville, Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte, and Detroit. Then Birmingham, Chicago, and Las Vegas. Those are the sites already announced for the 2015 Travel Ball National Championship qualifying events. Miami, Louisville, Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte, Detroit, Birmingham, Chicago, and Las Vegas. And here's Garrett Williams.
Las Vegas is known, for dinners, right? Dinners and
Dinners and relaxation.
Right.
Yeah, nobody ever goes out.
No, shopping.
In Las Vegas,
Right.
right.
Not much nightlife there,
Quiet
but that's
town,
okay. Yeah.
small,
Kind of retirement community.
Right.
Right.
cold,
Oh,
chilly.
especially for those poor 20-year-old girls in bikinis at the pool. I don't understand how
I
they
know,
can
it's
even do it.
strange, Yeah.
It's the darndest thing, Chris.
Pop up. Will that stay in play? I think
It
it
sure
will.
will.
Call, catch,
Nice job.
and the catch is made.
Tell you what, that ball was up there pretty good. Collins did a nice job staying with that. And he's a little bit of a character too. He's got hair similar to ours, but I think that's his option. Not we don't have that option.
No. Josh McCall, the batter now, the third baseman for Team Texas, trying to extend the inning. The last place man in the lineup. Leadoff hit by Patrick. He's been standing out there for the last few minutes as the next two men have gone down.
Interesting scenario here. You want to roll that lineup, but you don't want to have the number 10 guy leading off per se, but you also want to get a guy in scoring position, but that's going to be a moot point. We're going to get an out there. There we go. So they'll go to the leadoff the next inning.
Good dig at first
Yeah,
by
it sure
Schuler,
was.
by the way. Absolutely great dig.
The big fella got down low.
To the third inning we go. In a tie ball game, elimination ball game, 12U, Travel Ball National Championship.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Back for the third inning, and a pitching change has been made, and this young man that Rob's been talking about extensively, now on the mound, Caden Trinkle. Looks like Trinkle's got about 4 innings left according to the tallies that we were given as far as the pitching numbers. Remember, every kid throughout the championship from Wednesday through the end of play today, only 11 innings can be thrown by these young men. Well, Trinkle, this will be his 4th appearance. He's gone 3-1-3, so his 4th appearance, and he's sitting on 7 innings.
They would like him to finish this, innings 3 through 6. He won't throw later today.
Right.
It's a 1-1 game. They're playing an outstanding group out of Georgia here.
Anthony, ground ball down, too short, and it eats up the short stop and goes into left field for a base hit.
And he's gonna pull up at second base there.
Good hustle, very good hustle there by Keaton Anthony. Now reaching for the second time in the ball game.
And again, Keaton's one of their go-to guys. They've got a bunch of go-to guys. That's why they're here. You know, Corey Collins right now, the big catcher, swings him from the left-hand side. Freeland kind of makes their team go. Hudson Sapp. This is a good squad. Both teams are really outstanding.
I'm going to let you be the official scorer.
That's an error. That's an E6.
Yeah.
That's a good shortstop. He's got to be able to handle that. This is a tough matchup here for Collins. You don't see many really outstanding lefties, and this is exactly what Trinkle is. His velocity is going to be down from yesterday. He probably got up 75, 76, closing the last couple batters. You know, I'd venture to say he's going to be 70 to 72 today. He's crafty, though. He's got a good breaking ball. He's got great presence. He's a phenomenal athlete. His dad is a college basketball head coach. His grandfather was a head coach at San Diego State for years. So there's bloodlines there. And that does make a difference.
Sure. Corey Collins at the plate now.
Corey's got a nice setup.
Hitting to a fielder's choice, his first time up. Got a chance at an RBI here.
That's a pitch you just got to hit. And that's a fastball right down the chute. He's just got to come out of his shoes and swing as hard as he can.
See how costly that error is as Anthony reaches
that's a good pitch.
the second place man, by the way. So we're getting into the meat of the lineup. After the error.
I thought it was a strike.
Everybody in the joint did.
That was very hittable, actually. That was a good pitch.
Corey caught looking. First man retired in the inning. So an E6 and a strikeout gets us to Hudson Sapp, the left fielder.
Yeah. And again, Hudson's a darn good ball player, too. Again, this matchup, the left-left, is just a little bit different. It really is.
Sapp 0 for 1.
You don't
with
see
a strikeout to end the first.
You don't see many quality left-handed pitchers at this young. And actually, the Signature Park Team Combat, Team Georgia, they've got the best lefty in the tournament. And we'll talk about him a little bit later, too.
Mercy. Boy, he really poured that one in there.
Yeah, he's a strike thrower. He's just an athlete. Again, he's a great baseball player who I think down the line is going to be a hitter. But right now, he's a very good pitcher.
Caden Trinkle kicks and fires. And that one
wow,
shot to center
that's
field
crushed.
and deep,
Crushed.
and into the trees. Wow. Sapp was right on that fastball, and as hard as it came in, it went out just as fast. And it's 3-1 Team Georgia.
There's a situation where he missed up and Sapp did not miss. Just crushed that oppo.
Well, I thought it had a chance to get out off the bat, but it carried so much farther than I thought.
Well, let's look at the sequencing in pitches there. He had every pitch was a fastball. He never came off speed to him. So he was sitting on that speed, and he did something with that. Another lefty right in a row here. Here we go.
Strike on the outside corner. 3 unanswered runs now for Team Georgia.
That's a big deal there. You hit one of your aces like that.
Yeah.
That's a demoralizer. Change-up that was up.
Left center field, and that one headed into
That's
the gap,
dropping. That's
and
gonna
most likely to the wall.
Yeah.
It'll be cut off by the left fielder. Headed into second with a 2-out double is Freeland.
And
Or
that-
a 1-out double, pardon me. Alex
Right.
Freeland reaches.
And Freeland's one of their guys. Again, he was hitting earlier in the year higher up in the lineup. But, you know, again, with a kid like that, he can get hot. Play some great shortstop. Just an energy guy. And again, Caden missed up there. He's, I think he's tired. And, you know, that's when you're going to make some mistakes. Still a great pitcher, but that's when you're going to make some mistakes. Looks like Freeland's a little shaken up a little bit. They're going to check him. Let's see what they're doing. They're giving him something there.
Zach Green at the plate now, the center fielder for Team Georgia. Singled with one man gone just last inning. He was actually the man that was picked off last inning, and it looked like that inning may be snuffed out quickly, but then consecutive walks and an RBI single by Costal brought us to a 1-1 ball game.
Put a little ankle support, I think. Freeland's nicknamed the Freak. That's what they call him, the Freak.
Team Georgia versus Team Texas. And then in the winner's bracket ball game, or the undefeated bracket ball game, be Team California versus Team Florida. Remember, the winner of this one advances on to our 2 p.m. ball game. The loser falls out of the tournament. We'll be here at noon, 2, and 4. And, of course, the 4 p.m. ball game will crown a national champion.
And any of these 4 teams can win. That's the fun part of this. All 4 are just quality groups.
So Green back into the box. Again, 1 for 1 with a single. Just last inning. Trinkle kicks and fires. Green shows bunt and takes a strike. Seven out of the last 9 guys. No, 7 out of the last 8 guys have reached for Team Georgia, Rob. 7 out of 8.
Well, there's a theme.
I'm sorry, you know what? 7 out of 9. I was right the first time.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's hitting is contagious, isn't it? Really contagious. And these are 2 good pitchers that they're hitting.
Right.
You know, this group can swing it.
Lefty kicks and fires a high pop into right. Coming on, when playing tricks with it, and it falls in for a base hit. Freeland going to make it over to third with a play, and he's safe.
Probably should have got off a little bit more and read that because he wasn't tagging. And when you're hot right there. Everything's falling. Brings the big fella up here, Schuler.
Josh reached with a walk. No base on balls in the second, and came around to score on the RBI single by Costal.
Interestingly enough, Josh is one of 4 kids whose birthday is in October, which is they're all 4 of those kids are pretty doggone young. You know, these are young kids. He's just going to get better and better. Yeah, that's good fastball, good swing right there. You've got the Hawley twins, of course, and their birthday's in October as well. And Collins is the other guy. Corey's a big, strong kid. I really like him.
It's a big moment early.
Yeah.
Really is, even in the third. Strike.
I don't know if you saw, but the guy on first went straight back to the bag, thinking he was going to get picked there.
I did not.
Yeah, he's
watching pitch placement.
Yeah, which was pretty good right there.
Right.
Still a little bit up. You know, Josh gets extended on that. He can take one out of here in a heartbeat.
So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Trinkle. Ground ball down to third and into left field for a base hit. Freeland comes in to score on the RBI single by Hunter Marsh.
Yeah, Hunter's done a nice job. Bringing up Jack Kossel here in the 10 hole. Excuse me, in the 9 hole. So they're going to go 9, and then they've got the two twins, 10 and 11. They're going 1 through 9. Some teams hit 9, some teams hit 10. We've talked a lot about the extra hitter, and I love the extra hitter deal. You can kind of get guys ready to go pitching-wise, bring them out, get them loose, keep them in the lineup still. It's a great way to do it. It's a great way just to get another guy playing, especially the young guys. I like it.
3 runs in the inning for those of you maybe just tuning in. An error, a strikeout, then a 2-run bomb, and I mean a bomb by Sapp.
Yeah, that was up in his eyes, too.
A double by Freeland, a single for Green, then a strikeout of Schuler, and an RBI single just moments ago by Marsh, pardon me. 4 unanswered runs for Team Georgia out of Signature Park, or the Signature Park Team Combat in the state of Georgia, out of Houston, to be precise.
Chris, where's Houston?
Northeast of the metro a bit.
Gotcha.
Northeast of the metro.
Okay.
Yeah. Hoschton. There are people that have lived here their entire lives, don't know how to pronounce that.
Houston.
It looks like it, yeah.
It's Houston.
It's Houston. Off the
Just
outside
away.
corner and
Just
maybe a little low.
Yeah, a little down, little out.
Yeah.
Caden's ball runs a little bit.
And now Downs.
He's the table setter. He runs pretty well, has a good eye. He battles.
3rd at bat already for him, too.
Yeah.
Bad sign. Bad sign for Texas.
Well, they're really turning that lineup over.
Down to second. For the second time, Downs has been retired to win an inning, but not before 3 runs come across. 2 on the home run by Sapp and an RBI single by Marsh. It's now 4-1, Team Georgia out in front. Halfway through the 2014 elimination ball game in the 12U Travel Ball National Championship.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report. 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization